So I had the PET scan today. No results yet. That doesn't happen until Monday. So I've got 4 days, and I'm not overly worried about the results. I'm not expecting there to be bad news. Just these days, these scan days are really, really hard. And since I've come out of all the scan stuff, I've been incredibly emotional. So it's hard in the lead up to these scan days. There's a lot of apprehension, and for me, I start feeling a lot of, I feel it in my body, like I can smell the taste of chemo, which I haven't had, like it's been a long time now. I get nauseous, and about 3 o'clock this morning, I woke up with an excruciating migraine. Praise God, and thank you, Dr. Thompson, for incredible migraine medications. And I'd planned out my day. I was going to catch the train, and I knew which train I needed to be on, and had enough time to get down to the hospital, and everything was going to work smoothly because I know that it's important for me to stay calm and reduce the amount of stress that I'm under. You know what? There's so much about this world and about these experiences that we can't control. So City Rail and I did not agree on what being on time meant today. And by the time, anyway, I ended up not being able to catch the train, which meant I chose to drive myself, which I don't like doing when I've got a migraine and when I've taken my triptans, because it makes me very dopey. And I couldn't have coffee, and I'd had to fast. So that felt really risky. And then I got lost because I got myself into a tunnel here in Sydney and ended up somewhere I didn't need to be. But I got to the hospital, I was there on time, and everybody was really kind. I did park illegally because I got very frustrated trying to find a park. Didn't even get booked for that. Everybody was really kind. All the people I met today, the technicians, the nurses, the doctors, they spend a lot of time finding a vein because they understand that people who've had repeat rounds of chemo like I have had and have trouble with their veins. They were really kind. I felt very cared for and looked after, which was not my experience in the beginning. And for me, a lot of my difficulty managing my ongoing checkups and treatment is the anticipation that health professionals are going to really be nasty or inconsiderate, and I become quite hypervigilant about that. But after I'm discharged and they give me my juice and my sandwich and my little USB stick with all my documentation on it, and help me understand what I needed to do next, I'd planned to go and have something to eat and have a cup of coffee. And I was just sitting in this very noisy cafe with all these medical people around me, and I just started to weep. And I couldn't stop the tears from falling. And I composed myself, and people were, checking in on me and asking me if I'm okay, which was nice. But I had my coffee, got myself in the car, drove back home, and I've been asleep for a couple of hours because I just needed a break from being in myself today. So this is me just sharing with the world what these days are like. And one of the things that I reminded myself of again today is I tell myself before every scan or medical appointment that I'm okay to do it on my own. And every time I come out of one and I'm making my way home, I say to myself, I never want to do that on my own again. So if you have got people in your world right now who are going through any sort of treatment for cancer or investigations for cancer or scans for cancer, don't let them do it alone. Now, I have friends that I have been messaging all day. Nicola, you are always the person I take with me into every room. So I don't feel quite so alone. But there is an incredible loneliness in doing these scans because there are multiple parts. There's radioactive isotopes running around, so they don't want you to be around lots of people. You're kept in a room by yourself. They shut the door on you. You don't see anyone else, and then you moved off to the CT scanning area, and then when the machine goes on, you're by yourself in this giant metal tube. You don't see anyone until they're hustling you out of the room, making way for the next person. Then they put you in a recovery room by yourself. They come and take the cannula out of your room, out of your arm, give you a sandwich and some juice, close the door on you, and tell you to wait until your scans come. It is so isolating. And I can assure you that no amount of text messaging or messaging, if you can even get signals in and out of the hospital, because you know how hospitals love us to have mobile phones on. So just reminding myself that I don't have to do this on my own, that people do ask me if I would like them to come along. I'm the one that's been choosing to say no, and I don't know if I want to keep doing that. So check in on all your friends, family members, people in your world who are having scans, and just let them know that you care.